So, hello everybody. So, let me introduce you, Elaine Valdov. Elaine, thank you very much for accepting the invitation.
It's my pleasure to be here.
Thank you very much. So, Elaine, for the benefit of the viewers, can you introduce yourself and speak about yourself a little bit?
My name is Dr. Elaine Valdov, and I'm the former chair of the Executive Committee of NGOs at the United Nations. NGOs, for those of you who don't know, it means non-governmental organizations. As an example, it's like International Red Cross or Greenpeace, women's organizations, environmental organizations, all kinds of humanitarian organizations that affiliate with the UN in order to do work amongst different countries. And so that was my work, and then from that I started the Youth Assembly at the United Nations, bringing young people together to help them work on initiatives in their schools and their universities and possibly their professions. And now I have started the Young Leaders Vision Summits, which is just about to start. And it's not just only bringing people into the United Nations, but it's going out to countries around the world so that we have a better outreach around the world. And helping young people to see that they can work together to, together come up with really great solutions to challenges that would normally, in our past, be somewhat overwhelming, but that together we can make a difference with them.
Oh, overwhelming. That's a great word that describes your job.
Oh, no. But you know what? So people are all the time saying, oh, the issues or whatever is overwhelming. But what it's really about is finding your very special, unique part of this large world we've been presented with.
Yes.
And if everybody can find that their unique area that they're called to help, then all those put together means that we can make a difference all over the world.
Absolutely. So you were involved for so many years with the conference. How did it start? How did you start to get involved with Marilyn and John?
I started to get involved with Marilyn and John because I would meet with John at the United Nations. And we would sit there and talk about these world issues and what we were going to do to solve them.
Wow.
And we'd have these long conversations about what to do. And then I was a frequent speaker at the United Nations, and I would talk about philosophy and different ideations, and then bring it back to, hopefully anyway, bring it back to reality. Like, as an example, I would talk about Plato's analogy of the cave, where, now do I have time to talk about all this? Good thing I'm going to edit this, right? How much time do we have? I could just keep on talking. You'll edit?
Yeah, of course, we will edit.
Because, with John, you're going to talk about, philosophy and how that manifests in our daily life. So I'm talking here at the United Nations about Plato's analogy of the cave, and how that, in a nutshell, in the Republic, is about how humanity is chained inside a cave, and someone breaks out of that chain, goes out and sees there's this magnificent world, oh my God, I have to be a part of this, and goes back in to the cave and to tell everybody, come. And people are going, oh no, I just got my chain polished. I'm so busy, I cannot go. Anyway, so it goes back out, the first person goes back outside and becomes involved in this grandeur of possibilities that we have. And so it's like us, we're so caught or tied to our normal lives. That there could be an opportunity of magnificent proportion standing us in the eyes like someone with a bag of jewels, and we go, no, I'm too busy.
Yeah.
And but we need to find that within us, that says, no, this is so much more important, and I am called to go forth. And so
obviously you were called as well.
Yeah, I was called as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So so all of our work really is to figure out how do we let go of our smallness, right? And how do we let go of the part of us that stands in the way of going and doing our work?
Yeah.
So so John and I would sit there.
And it started with Plateau.
Right. And we would talk about all these things. And then I became I would represent this organization at the United Nations and all the work that I do there. So,
yeah. What does it mean exactly when you represent an organization to the United Nations? What do you concretely do when you do that? Are you like an ambassador?
What it concretely means is that, I'll just, as an example,
Yeah.
it would mean that at the United Nations there are multiple different opportunities, committees that NGOs, non-governmental organizations, can work on because they have a particular expertise or they have a particular interest.
Yes.
So let's say there will be a committee on religious freedom, or a committee on women, committee on the environment, sustainability, a committee on the rights of the child, etc. And so I would represent this organization on those committees. Yeah, as an example. That's what I do.
Yeah. Understand.
And many, many other things, but that's a good example.
Yes. So how can you describe the evolution of over the years of the conference, because you are not always in Montreal and you see the people once or twice a year?
It's
so
true.
Talk a little bit about the history, because this is the 41st year. And what is the characteristic of this year as compared to the previous years?
Well, it's an interesting question, and I heard my answer inside my head, thinking, "Is this what I want to say?"
Go ahead.
So what I was going to say, my first response was, "I've been here for so many years, and I've seen, and I hope this is true of everyone that comes, I've seen how I've grown, over that period of time, just by nature of what I talk about and by nature of my belief system, and how each time I prepare to talk here, today's, or this conference right now, is about unity consciousness. And in order to really think very clearly about that and to speak about that, I had to think about what do I really believe about that, so that I can speak about it in
absolutely.
Total truth.
Yes.
And it's really, I use the word honor again, but it's an honor to speak here, because it always makes me go deeper into my belief system. And the truth is that I believe that unity consciousness has really increased, meaning that the consciousness level is rising, and it's rising in a place of people coming together to make a better world, and it's not just a bunch of words.
Yes.
It's real.
Yes.
And so as this conference has evolved, it's always been with wonderful themes and wonderful people coming, and I have to say, an attachment to that is we miss John so much.
Yes, we do.
Oh my God. So that's different. But I think this conference has evolved, like, I have to say, like maybe I have, in the sense that it continues to go deeper in calling upon people to respond in the highest, deepest way they can to the issues that are presented to us. And that's a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
I don't think that is the truth of every conference.
No, not really.
I think that there's a lot of us also that have come here over the years together, and you can feel and sense that the depth of the people just
Cross.
yes. So it's really a beautiful thing.
What is the impact of these events in the life of people? Have you observed the difference of the impact of the conference on the people, the attendance of the conference? What kind of impact does it create in the people from your perspective?
My perspective is, of course, I am rather, I don't know if I want to say one-minded. That's not really a good idea. But I'm so focused on telling people, yes, you can, we can do it, we can create a better world, we can, and sometimes I even hear myself saying that and going, oh, people are going to think it's just clichéic, but it's not.
No.
And so I get so excited when young people, or when everyone that I meet, young people,
oh, thank you very much,
are actually creating initiatives
to make a better world.
To make a better world, and it's happening.
What are you envisioning for the future for complementary medicines and I would say alternative way of thinking that the conference is putting?
Well, specifically in the area of complementary medicines, I think that there is so much, I think as a result of the world change as I see it now. It's not just as I see it, it's statistically describable. It's not. So as the world changes, as the world is moving forward from a higher frequency, not to sound new agey, as we're doing better.
Yes,
we're doing much better.
We are.
That I think people are so much more open to possibilities that can offer healing from that place also.
Yes.
So if there are alternative or complementary medicines, therapies that are available to people, I think we see it all over, that people are just becoming more and more open to. There's so much out there that's much more than we used to see. And I was giving an example last night when I was introducing someone about how I think the world, many of us, all of us, have had our times when we walk around kind of like with blinders on. We only see this much. And if you literally put your hands up and see this, you're not even seeing a half of what's out there.
Exactly.
So what I think is happening right now,
the blinders are opening?
So much is opening. And when so much opens, and we see with much more clarity and much more what possibilities are. So,
yeah.
So I do think it's going to be much better with that.
So let's hope that it's continuing and we will be opening that more. Do you think, are you hopeful for the future?
Oh,
yes, you are.
Yeah.
What a question.
Right. So let me be clear about that. And if, in fact, extreme poverty and hunger can have halved itself, it's statistically proven.
4 years, you said?
Between 4 and 15 years.
15 years, sorry.
Some of the areas that I talked about had taken 4 years, and some up to 15, some up to 20. So it's in that area, right? So if statistics show that has halved, come in half, in that profoundly short period of time, what we can do in another 4 to 15, 20 years means that the world will totally look different. And not just for the people sitting in this room, but for all people.
For the world. So
it's a wonderment what can be created, but it requires the commitment of everybody. It requires everybody to find what's my part in it, you know, if I sat back and said, oh, isn't that wonderful? Isn't that great? Look what all these people are doing. I really think it's wonderful. Bye.
And stay in chain.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Thank you. It won't work. It really, you know, is a crucial time that everybody, you know, put aside the I can't, it's too big, whatever. And if somebody, I know when people say, well, what if you just help one person, that's enough? And people kind of look at that, oh yeah, but inside they think, oh, I don't think that's enough.
No,
that's
sure.
nothing.
Yeah.
There's 7 billion something out
On
there.
the earth.
What's one person? But one person multiplied becomes 2, multiplied becomes 4, multiplied becomes 8. So if you can start with one person and it's just going to multiply. The thing is that you need to start. And if you can start with, so let's say even someone says, I don't know where to start. I have not a clue. So I could tell you exactly right now where to start. So you start with doing an act of loving kindness to one person today. That's it. And every single person on the planet can do that.
And it's contagious.
And it's contagious. Right?
As a virus.
That's right.
It's a better virus.
It's a wonderful virus. Right.
Everyone wants to get it.
That's right. That's right. So there's not, you know, nobody can, there is absolutely no excuse to not do that. So, and it's wonderful to tell everybody to, you know, use your creativity. You know, how do you, if you're busy filming something, and how do you turn that also into something that, you know, how can that touch the world, or what can I do, or what kind of documentary would make a difference here?
Something that is
knows?
great.
Yes. Who knows what you can do that can make a difference, that people can see, that will change their lives, that, like,
Yes.
look at you.
Yes. Oh, thank you.
You're doing a wonderful program.
Come on. Thank you.
That's a fact.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
I wish to invite you there.
I am glad to come. Oh, my God.
Yes, I will.
Right.
All right, Elaine. So, yeah, wow, you are very, very enthusiastic, and your enthusiasm is very contagious as the virus.
Good.
Thank you for contaminate us.
Thank you. You're a hoot.
All right, so thank you everyone for watching this video, and please click like under it and share it to everyone, and we will see you soon. Thank you. Bye.